Kershaw did house says he was running from a mob to get to police when the second guy hit him with a skateboard. He says the third man who was shot in the arm had planted a gun at his head. We have a crash on the 5 in Buena Park.
Everybody just stop and go from Orange Storey Avenue. KFI in the Sky, sponsored by injury attorney. Superlawyer.com.
You're a movie.
Happy dinner, Mike O'Brien.
Morris.
210 westbound, approaching the lake, just about hill. Looks like number 2 lane block of this one. That is Addie just going out of Arcadia. In fact, it's backing up well through Rosemead Boulevard, almost back to Baldwin. It's going to be a tough trip on the 210E. That loads up there to Buckbarrow, downtown Pasadena. From there, heavy over to Citrus. This is once again a with the 57 to football. Baseline ordered off out close to 15. Now, the Southwest up to the 605. We have a problem around Swanson. Looks like that's gone to the right shoulder. Added to the delay, though, that really starts off the 60, stays up through the 5, and even that north 605. He loaded up there pretty much before the 605-105 interchange. That's pretty much from Rosecrans on and off the break through Whittier. Injured in an accident, visit Superwoman, superlawyer.com. Mike O'Brien, KFI in the Sky. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Dave Joseph.
This is Freeland Smith, owner of Service Champion Plumbing, Heating, and AC, and I want you to know that we have the world's friendliest technicians. Here's how we do it. We only hire friendly people. It's the very first thing you look for during an interview. If they're not friendly, it's a deal breaker. We think we're checking their experience and technical abilities, but we're really seeing if they smile or not. We're checking to see if they're polite, approachable, outgoing, and kind. And if they are, and only if they are, then we take a look at their technical abilities. But if they're grumpy, don't smile, and aren't polite, no job. The result is an entire team of over 200 of the world's friendliest technicians. Call and see for yourself. Our precision tune-up and professional cleaning is just $88. Call Service Champions at 833-777-7777 or find us online at servicechampions.com.
Spectrum Mobile is reinventing wireless again. Get unlimited on 2+ lines for $29.99 a month per line. No contracts, no added taxes or fees. Includes nationwide 5G. Save up to 60% with Spectrum Mobile. Get unlimited on 2+ lines for $29.99 a month. Call 855-438-2999 or visit a store near you. Offer valid for new customers on 2+ unlimited lines. Spectrum Internet required. Savings based on 2-line comparison of unlimited plans among major national carriers as of 9/2021. Prepaid excluded. Restrictions apply.
The KFI Financial Report brought to you by Bay Alarm. The Dow closed down 240, S&P 500 down 39, NASDAQ down 264, and the average price of a gallon of regular gas in California is $4.63.
With a range of commercial fire and security solutions, Bay Alarm can protect it all with just one call.
Southland Weather from KFI. Sunny, windy, and warmer tomorrow. Highs mid-80s to around 90 for Metro LA. Mid-80s to low 90s in the valleys. Upper 80s for Inland OC. 85 to 90 in the IE. Right now it is 66 in Seal Beach, 70 in Costa Mesa, 76 in North Hollywood, and 65 in Santa Monica. We lead local live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Deborah Mark.
Mr. Bonin, you are part of the problem.
The draft your effort, even though you claim there's all dark money funding it.
His attitude basically was, this is my plan, and if you don't want to go along with it, well, you're part of the problem. The people of the area just haven't had enough.
I mean, he just hasn't addressed concerns with constituents.
He almost wants these encampments to be right in front of the public face.
All he's ever done is attack his constituents who he blames.
He's taking his bad policy now everywhere.
He's bragging that he housed 101 people. Where has he been the last 7 years?
When I go home tonight, no matter what else, I know where I can put it. The fact of the matter is, he's not representing the people here. He's been emboldened by what he's done in Venice, and to the point where I think he believes that people will not stand up to him.
I am proud to stand here as being the other recall target for John and Ken. Now, an update on the recall against LA City Councilman Mike Bonin. Here's John and Ken. Well, today, the Recall Bonin campaign announced that they submitted more than 39,000 signatures to the city. They needed 27,000 plus. They're now going to be inspected by the registrar's office. And if they have more than the 27,000 needed, there's going to be elections sometime in the spring. There's already going to be a primary in the June. the normal June primary is going to happen, but before that, he might get recalled, be kicked out of office.
They recall him in March, April, or May, and then there's another vote in June.
Right.
But he could jump right back in and run, couldn't he?
Yeah, he could, and then there's the final election in November.
Right.
So, but he would be out of office at least for the rest of 2022.
Now, also good, the Times says LA voters have not recalled an elected official from City Hall in 75 years. Councilman in 1946 was forced from office.
If there's anyone who deserves it, it's Mike Bonin, my councilman, and we're going to talk again with Nico Ruderman. He's one of the proponents to recall Bonin. He's been with us many times along the way here. And Nico, a preliminary congratulations for getting 39,000 plus signatures delivered.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much. Big congratulations to our whole district, CD11. It's a big day. We're honestly just exhausted. It's been a long few days getting everything ready.
Were you able to raise much money for the effort?
We raised a good amount of money, and it was all local money. What local constituents were just set up, we were able to get it across the finish line.
He won 71% of the vote when he ran for office last time around, I think in 2017. And I know I went to a meeting, probably 2018, where everybody at this home, there were supporters of him, and they were like zombies. There was no pushback against him at all. And by then, you had all the mayhem going on at the DA. Something changed since then. Can you pinpoint what the moment was when a really placid district suddenly turned on the guy?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's really kind of been a slow tide. And, this year, it really grew exponentially, and it wasn't just people in Mammoth and Mar Vista who were kind of fed up with him. It's district-wide, and his failures have really affected the entire district now to points where everybody caught enough, and we were able to get more signatures, and he got votes, and so it's time for him to go.
It seems like one of the turning points was when he had this idea to put in homeless villages on the Will Rogers State Beach parking lot in Pacific Palisades, right by the beach, and also at the Westchester Park and Dockweiler. I mean, when he rolled out that plan, it looked like we really were able to build up the head of steam. And then the daily atrocities going on the Venice Boardwalk, that was getting international attention at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. But you go to all the different neighborhoods, they all have different reasons, but we're all united in failures. That feasibility study was beyond being just a terrible idea to begin with. It was an unbelievable waste of money. So
They're going to try to portray you recall backers again as extremists, Trump people. The one term I'm seeing here is obstructionists. They're trying to stop homeless housing and services on the west side.
White supremacists.
There are liars, frauds, and bigots trying to stifle progress. These are the words of this dopey spokeshole for this David Grand queso.
yeah, well, that's all we can say. I've said it before. They have nothing real to stand on, so all they have left to stand on is their lives, and they keep trying to push that.
So they don't try in any way to be conciliatory.
Not that I've seen.
Wow. Because that language from David Grand queso is so ugly and nasty and hateful, and it seems like they don't have a clue. You have more signatures than he ever got votes.
Right. And a lot of our signers voted for him, including Katrina, who voted for him in 2017, and I personally voted for him in 2013. It's a lot of people who signed were his previous voters. So.
What is it besides homelessness that's got people riled? Any other big issues?
I think it's a lot of things. It's not listening to constituents. It's rising crime. It's attacking his own constituents time and time again. He refuses to listen to anybody, and he seems beholden to interest outside of CD11 and will not address any of the issues that are actually facing actual CD11 residents.
What about the interest he seems to be beholden to here? The crazed homeless activists would be one group. I mean, anybody else that you can identify?
Yeah, I would just be, speculating really at this time. But if you look at his donations, I mean, he doesn't have any financial support from the district, and he doesn't seem to have a lot of support from voters in the district either. I mean, even people who didn't want to sign the recall didn't like him, and so they would never vote for him again. So he's not loved.
Right. His fan base is shrunk. So there's not going to be a lot of supporters coming out in the spring whenever they have the vote.
No. And then they're there. I mean, he does have a loud and small group of people who still support him and like him. But this movement has grown, and I think will continue to grow.
All right, so now we're going to go through a certification of the signature process, which should take, 30 days or more?
Yeah, it'll take, they have to do an initial count, and then they will do their actual, verification of the signatures. And that'll, they have, over 30 days to do that. We'll see how long it actually takes them, but.
Yeah. You guys are confident you have enough signatures that will be declared valid?
Absolutely, we are. I think it's a strong message.
All right, Nico, thanks for talking to us once again, and congratulations to you and the entire team behind the recall effort with turning in enough signatures to make this happen.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it.
That's Nico Ruderman, and again, the breaking news. Today was the deadline, but they did turn in more than enough signatures, even with a nice safety margin, to affect the recall vote on Mike Bonnet in John's Council District. Now, the coastal district stretching from LAX north to Pacific Palisades.
You got to have candidates, too, to run in the recall to replace him. One possibility is Allison Holdorf Holehill.
Yeah, she's already lined up to run against Bonnet in next year's regularly scheduled election, but this woman works for school board member Nick Melvoin, I don't think I'm a fan of, so.
No. She said she's a Democrat who opposed the recall of Newsom, but she signed the Bonnet recall petition.
Children whose schools are next to encampments have witnessed fights and seen people on the street exposing themselves. At one campus in Bonnet's district, dozens of used needles were found next to an exterior fence. So these are some of the reasons that she has stepped into the race, and she works for a school board member.
Yeah, right. If you have school board people turning against you, that gives you the depth of the animosity that the district has towards Bonnet, because she normally would be a Bonnet person.
Yeah, we'll see who else. Try to get on the ballot.
There's another woman I know, and I can't think of her name right now. We had her on the air, and I met her. Why am I looking at you? You don't know.
Who are you looking at?
I was looking at Tony. I don't know why. I was looking for an answer.
You got a blank stare.
You got a blank stare.
Maybe Ray remembers these people.
Ray, who was the woman we had on? It was like the first week of July. I met her at an event, and she's running, and
I do vaguely know what you're talking about, but I can't remember.
Well, fine.
All right, we'll see. Oh, when we come back, one more shot on the show today for you to win some money with the keyword to text next.
I feel like Joe Biden. Johnny Ken, Deborah Marquez News.
Governor Newsom has visited the VA Center in West LA to urge people to get vaccinated against COVID-19. A more than $600 million settlement has been approved for thousands of people who have been impacted by the water crisis in Flint, Michigan. The world's top two carbon polluters, China and the U.S., have pledged to increase cooperation on climate action in a joint declaration at the UN climate talks in Scotland. We have trouble on the 5, and we will check in with the KFI in the sky next.
Tracy Park. That's her name. Tracy Park. She's likely to run against Bonnet as well. Equinox Home Financing has created the Equinox Alternative Home Loan, where you don't need proof of income or employment verification. John is the owner at Equinox Home Financing, and he made it his mission to make home loan options when he himself was denied over a proof of income issue. But he still had assets to buy a home. What gives here? Well, whether you're self-employed or wage earner, or you don't want to disclose your income, Equinox Home Financing can help you get the loan you need. Call Equinox Home Financing at 855-LOAN-455, 855-LOAN-455, EquinoxHomeFinancing.com.
Bags under your eyes? That's junk sleep. And Mattress Firm can help. Shop the Black Friday sale and save up to $500 on top-rated brands you'll love, like Sleepy's. Plus, get the mattress of your dreams with a free adjustable base with qualifying purchase. Southland Weather from Kfi. Sunny, warmer, and windy tomorrow. Highs mid-80s to low 90s. This report brought to you by Mattress Firm. We have a crash on the 5 in Laguna Niguel.
Northbound before Avery Parkway. It looks like this crash is just in the clearing stages, but you're still jammed up from Ortega Highway. KFI in the Sky, sponsored by injury attorney superwomansuperlawyer.com. Get the latest from industry with Mike O'Brien. Mike.
Sometimes on the 605, you're loading up there right off the 60. By the time you hit Peck Road, it is a ton of going right on through Whittier to the 5. Northbound side of the 605, on the brakes there pretty much for the 105 through Whittier as well. Just a hair looser than that southbound side. The eastbound 60, you're jammed up there right off the 510 split at the East LA interchange. Very tough through the zone there, the construction zone is through Montefello out to almost about Santa Anita, a little before the 605, it loosens up. And it does loosen up nicely. It's going to be several miles before you hit the brakes there again, approaching the 57 merge in Diamond Bar. The 10 eastbound, likewise, should be fairly heavy now from City Terrace, most of the way into West Covina. Injured in an accident, visit superwomansuperlawyer.com. Mike O'Brien, KFI in the Sky.
KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Dave Joseph.
This report is sponsored by the Auto Club of Southern California. Wondering if you're paying too much for auto insurance? It's easy to find out at AAA.com/insurance. You could save an average of $537. So stop wondering. Start saving. Visit AAA.com/insurance for your free quote.
I've been sharing my advanced hair story with you for a couple years now, but some of you are still experiencing hair loss. Don't settle with balding if you desire a full head of hair. Advanced Hair is the easiest and most effective solution. Your advanced FUE treatment takes just one visit, it's virtually pain-free, and your own natural hair begins to grow back the very next day. You know it worked for me, but I'm just one of 30,000 people who address their hair loss with Advanced Hair. They help men and women across all ages, bald spots, receding hairlines, thinning hair, they do it all. Advanced Hair also adheres to the highest standard of care, well beyond the CDC guidelines. So don't wait any longer. Schedule your free consultation today and get special financing. 250 free hair grabs and $250 off. Call 844-333-HAIR. With Advanced Hair, your new hair is 100% guaranteed to grow. That's 844-333-HAIR. Or for before and after pictures, visit advancedhair.com.
Medicare annual enrollment is now here. It's open. And whether you're about to sign up for Medicare or you're already on a plan, navigating Medicare can be overwhelming. So let me suggest calling AGAMedicareOptions.com. Their agents will advise you step by step on a plan that fits your unique situation and budget. All the agents are local. They live and work right here in Southern California. You get an agent assigned to you who will compare most of the major plans at once at no cost to you. Plans that are accepted by your physician, cover your medications at the lowest out-of-pocket cost, and changes occur every single year. So set up a benefit review to ensure you're still on the best plan, or you will be, and it's free. Call pound 250 on your cell and say the keyword My Medicare, pound 250 on the cell, and simply say My Medicare, or visit AGAMedicareOptions.com. That's AGAMedicareOptions.com.
Ready to trade in your old car? Then download the Roto app. That's R-O-D-O. Roto will buy your car and give you the cash you need to buy your next car today. You don't even need to leave your house. It's all done online. Roto will even deliver your new car and take your old car away free of charge. So what are you waiting for? Download the Roto app now or check out roto.com. That's R-O-D-O, the fastest and easiest way to sell your car.
By now, you've heard the news. Boosters for Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson vaccines are available. They help keep your immunity strong and help keep you and others protected against COVID-19 and its variants. Visit myturn.ca.gov to find out if you're eligible and to find a booster near you. Let's keep each other safer and healthier this winter. Get your booster, and don't forget to get your flu shot, too. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
As a small business owner, efficient equipment is essential to operating your business. That's why SoCal Gas is offering energy-saving rebates on qualifying natural gas equipment, like up to $1,000 off tankless hot water heaters and other great savings on ovens, commercial fryers, and more. Apply now or see how we can help with a variety of rebates and incentives at SoCalGas.com/business rebates. Program funded by California ratepayers and administered by SoCal Gas under auspices of the CPUC.
Hi, we're Hope. Meet Dr. Gerald Pearlstein. He's a thoracic surgeon at the Hope Family Cancer Institute who loves the outdoors and hiking. He's also a leader in robotic-assisted surgery who trains other surgeons nationwide. Dr. Pearlstein would love to get to know you and is ready to make a positive difference in your family's life. Get to know Hope. Visit hopehealth.org and find your physician today.
This week on Unsolved with Steve Gregory, a case from the DEA about one of the most wanted men in America who's doing most of his business here in L.A. and he happens to run one of the biggest drug cartels in North America. Also, a heart-wrenching case of a missing 8-year-old boy in San Bernardino County. One night in 1992, he answered the door at home and he was never seen again.
Unsolved with Steve Gregory, this Saturday night at 8 on KFI.
All right, go get your phone here.
KFI has your chance to win $1,000. Text the nationwide keyword DEPOSIT, DEPOSIT, to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's DEPOSIT to 200-200.
Deposit to 200-200. Your phone will ring. Ooh, hopefully. And answer it even if you don't recognize the number because it could be the money. And next chance to win is next hour at 6:20 with Tim Conway here on KFI.
Well, Spectrum News 1 recently ran a story on the effort to recall Mike Bonin from his council seat on the LA. This is Council District 11. The story ran in October, and there's a few nuggets in it that are worth pointing out. The signatures are due November 10th, which we just said is today, and they have given a nice margin of signatures. They have gone above easily the number of signatures necessary to effect a recall, so they look to be in a good safety zone. They say the special election will be in April or May of 2022. Now, his current term ends in December 2022, and the recall will not affect his run for re-election. Like I said, he can pop back up next June when there's a primary, even if he's voted out in May. The other thing, which I did not know, is that if on the replacement side, the candidates don't get a majority of the votes, there's another runoff for them to fill the seat. It's not like the governor's recall, where whoever just gets the most votes for question 2 is the replacement. Yep.
So it's not a 50% plus one situation. They've got to, they have to get 50%
No, they have to get 50% plus one in question 2.
Yeah.
Or we're going to have, I guess, I don't know, the top finishers in a runoff with another election to follow that. That's a little bizarre, but that's apparently LA City Charter rules.
Look, at the end of it, if they're shoveling his political grave, I don't care how many elections, how many rounds, runoffs we have to have. I want the RIP sign over Bonin's political career.
Bonin is probably the worst politician we've encountered in the history of the John and Ken show.
Yeah.
That goes back to Gray Davis and many, many, many bodies that we have tried to step around and over and on top of. So,
and you know what? This is personal for me. I don't think I've had such a personal, visceral reaction to a politician in my life. For all the ones that we've railed against, but this guy I took on in person at one of his town hall meetings.
Right.
And he is a snake and a half. Let me tell you, he is extremely rude, extremely disrespectful, a complete liar, a complete BS agent. And people were just mesmerized and zombified by him. And finally, all the disgusting homeless situations in Venice, in the local residential streets, the boardwalk, the VA situation, and then his stupid plan to put in homeless encampments everywhere, in parks, and in the parking lots at Will Rogers State Beach and the Palisades. Oh, man, the Palisades is filled with very placid people. He tipped them off. That was the final domino.
And remember that? Remember they were yelling recall Bonham.
Yeah.
Remember that homeless guy started a fire up there?
Oh, yeah, 2 fires in a week, remember?
Right, and Bonham went up there to speak, and they just started chanting, recall Bonham,
Yeah.
recall Bonham. I think that unnerved them.
The last time there was a recall effort against him was over the road diet, and that was the Venice, Mar Vista, Playa del Rey area, around there. But the people in Brentwood and Pacific Palisades were not...
They were not impacted by that, but this got them.
This
Such
got
as
them.
fires that could take down their homes.
And I'm telling you, the sea change I've seen in the attitudes, just to use next door, you know, it's not a scientific poll, but you can get a pretty clear idea on how attitudes change. And I remember a couple of years ago, if somebody complained about the homeless, they were crushed, like 10-1. Just people shaming them, yes, just obnoxiously shaming them. How dare you? You are cold and you are heartless and you're inhumane. And then after they finally got rid of the VA camp, and I think I mentioned, one woman went on to talk about how sad she was that they were moved away, and she got pummeled 10-1. And she tried to argue with these people, and boom, 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 6 times in a row she got beaten on. So something happened. There was an earthquake politically on the west side over Bonnet.
Yeah, remember how they moved the goalposts on this homeless problem, too? First, let's get some shelter, right? Shelter first. Which was a bad policy to begin with, because all these people have addictions and some of them won't go into any kind of shelter. But now it's permanent supportive housing, which takes too long and we can't afford. And just because somebody squats and done it doesn't mean they get a full-service apartment there. You can't do that. That's just anti-everything I think people value.
And I'm pretty sure the replacement will be a Democrat, maybe a liberal Democrat, but no way are they going to be advocating homeless living in the streets anymore. That's not going to fly. So you could already see it in some of their rhetoric.
All right, when we come back, take your pick. How come Gavin Newsom did not go to Scotland for the climate conference? He says it's so he could trick or treat with his kids.
That answer didn't show up on the board.
There are other numerous theories, some of which were floated, and even Newsom was asked about one today in an appearance on the west side. We'll get into that next.
John Kent, KFI, Deborah Marquez News.
The LA County Human Relations Commission says there were 635 reported hate crimes in 2020.
This hate crime total marks the 7th year of consecutive increases, and the largest number reported since 2008.
The commission's director, Robin Coma, says most hate crimes were committed against black people. Coma says a surprising stat shows a jump in hate crimes against white people, most likely due to last year's civil unrest over the death of George Floyd. The news is brought to you by MyCalculus.com. Homeless children are having a day of fun at Universal Studios, thanks in part to the nonprofit Operation School Bell. The LA School District's homeless coordinator, Angela Chandler, tells KPLA the event is especially welcome after such a long time doing remote learning. Having this brings back a sense of normalcy for them. The kids in kindergarten through 5th grade got backpacks, school supplies, shoes, school uniforms, lunch, and of course they got to ride all the rides at Universal. President Biden has visited the Port of Baltimore to talk about his infrastructure plan, which he plans to sign Monday.
This bill is going to reduce the cost of goods to consumers and businesses and get people back to work, helping us build an economy from the bottom up and the middle out.
Biden says federal support can strengthen global supply chains in the long run to help lower prices, reduce shortages, and add union jobs. And returning things you bought online just got a little easier.
Thanks to a startup called ReturnMate, you can simply go online and schedule a pickup.
You leave the item outside your front door, or you can say, I want to hand it to them. There's 2 choices there. And they will take your item, they will box it up, they will print the label, they will put it on, and they will get it on its way.
KPLA's Rich DeMiro told Wake Up Call the convenience does come at a cost.
So it's $6 a pickup or $15 a month for unlimited pickup.
He adds ReturnMates will also pick up and ship items you're selling if you run a small business. Jennifer Jones Lee, KFI News.
From the Southern California Toyota Dealers Traffic Center, we make it easy. Let's go to the 105 in Hawthorne.
In front of Prairie Avenue, you've got a new crosswalk in the carpool lane. Traffic is stopped to go from Atwood Way.
That's still working in Costa Mesa, KFI in the sky, sponsored by injury attorney Superwoman, Superlawyer.com. Tell us about it, Mike O'Brien.
405 northbound, just a little before Fairview. They're working off to the right shoulder there. I got to tell you, it's really headed to a very tough drive today. In fact, well, this early sunset this week really throws some people off, I'll tell you. The northbound side of the 405, that's going away from the El Toro Y all the way up to the Beach Boulevard exit through Huntington Beach, the construction zone there. 55 northbound at 17th, you got a little problem going up there. That is added just going now from the 73 up to the 91. And real tough on that 73. In fact, the 73 northbound loading up at UC Irvine and just schooled all the way to the hookup of the North 405 into Fountain Valley. Injured in the accident. This is Superwoman, Superlawyer.com. Mike O'Brien, KFI at the sky.
KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Dave Joseph. Fine, it's easy to take life for granted, but if you get in a serious accident that injures you, this can change your life in an instant. Things are upside down. Sweet James accident attorneys, they know firsthand how unjust and unfair the legal system is to victims of accidents. That's why they have this army of winning and passionate attorneys. It says that on their uniform, winning and passionate. They fight for thousands of injured accident victims every day. They're going to ensure that they get the medical treatment they need, they get help with their car, and of course, settle for the most amount of money possible. You do not want to take all this on a loan. In fact, an independent study showed that the average person got over 3 times the money with the right accident attorney than without. So remember this to insurance companies, they say they're on your side, but the truth is, they're not. Talk to Sweet James. If you're ever hurt in an accident, you call Sweet James at 800-500-5200, 800-500-5200, sweetjames.com.
Touching sir.
Southland Weather from KFI, sunny, windy, and warmer tomorrow. We're looking at highs in the mid-80s to around 90 for Metro LA, mid-80s to low 90s in the valleys, upper 80s for Inland OC, 85 to 90 in the IE. We lead local, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Deborah Martin.
Homeowners, with all of the craziness in the world right now, want some good news? Mortgage rates continue to drop and are at near all-time lows. If your interest rate is higher than 1.75%, you need to call True Mortgage now. We're offering a 15-year fix at just 1.75% rate, 2.140% APR with no lender fees. That's right, no title fees, no escrow fees, and no appraisal fees. So what are you waiting for? Call True Mortgage now to see how much money you can save. But hurry, because this low 15-year fix at just 1.75% rate, 2.140% APR with no lender fees won't last long. Call 800-620-1162. 800-620-1162. That's 800-620-1162. Or visit TrueNow.com.
Based on loan amount of $400,000 monthly principal and interest payments. Primary residence only with a 50% loan value. All loans subject to underwriting approval and not allowed to fiscal qualify. Loans made or arranged pursuant to a California Finance Law License number 60-CBO-44713 and MLS number 16269.
Hey, it's Nino Cavager. New windows for your home bring life, beauty, of course, consistency. I know this firsthand because the Sprint stores and stunning kitchen windows from American Vision Windows brought some of the most dramatic and beautiful changes to our home. Now, we all know Betty Catherine's story, horrible experience when they replaced their own windows. They started their own company. So fast forward 20 years, they're still bringing warmth, light, and beauty to homes like mine. Now, for a limited time, American Vision Windows will pay the tax plus no payment until 2023. Tax based on material government and purchase of windows cannot be combined with any other offers or include credit and some restrictions apply. Offer expires November 30th, 2021. CSRB number 77326. I'm recommending to friends and family and community. Trust the companies that I trust. American Vision Windows. Give me a call just after you estimate today. 888-226-9908. That's 888-226-9908. Or for all those specials, visit AmericanVisionWindows.com.
What makes a flower so pretty? How does it cheer up your day? I think a flower is most beautiful when it is given away.
It's fun to make pretty flowers. Can you show me how you make them? Sunflowers too. I've never smelled anything so fair. Each flower is special like you. Like you. What makes a flower so pretty? How does it cheer up your day? I think a flower is look at all this. Oh, you did a great job with these flowers. They are beautiful.
Colleen's sign looks nice too, Bonnie.
Why, thank you, Gianna.
Where did Toby go?
That's a good question. Sure.
Here I am. Up there looking for Colleen in the park. I didn't...
For 25 years, nobody ever asked them anything. This is the most I've ever seen is over this stupid notice we're working the last 2 weeks.
I would love the reporters to bring up that little, How do you balance being the face of the nation's face against your long relationship financially and emotionally with the Democrats and the oil money?
He does not exist as a politician without getting it all.
No, he doesn't. No. For folks who don't know, it's because his father was tied into the getting. He was a lawyer. I think some other top advisor to the getting.
Yeah, I think he was managing money, some nonsense like that.
Yeah, so that Newsom got a lot of his... I mean, they supported... They put up the money for Newsom to start his winery stuff.
Right.
But it's political career going.
No, it's political career, right. His whole business career, that phony baloney winery and restaurant empire that he runs, wouldn't exist. Yeah.
Well, take your pick, but we'll start with the story that led to a question today from the Channel 5 reporter. Gavin Newsom appeared on the West Side with the VA saying about vaccines, and of course tomorrow is Veterans Day, so someone said this would be a good place to go. By the way, was he near the homeless encampment? Did you see Trump? I don't know where he was. This is the first VA medical center. Did you ever see that?
That's such a vast property. Yeah, I mean, it goes on both sides of Wilshire. It's huge.
So we'll play you this audio from Channel 5 asking about this Daily Mail report that popped up today. A close in private. Described here as a person that is inside the family's inner circle. Recently disappeared because of adverse reactions getting both the booster and the flu shot.
The Daily Mail article that just came out citing someone very close to you that is alleging that you did in fact get an adverse reaction from the COVID-19 booster shot and the flu shot, that you were very sick, fatigued, experienced muscle weakness, and that's why you didn't go to the climate summit in
To you, in getting everything you want this holiday. Banter.
Can I tell the source for that again? The Daily Mail and they have a source. Impact whatsoever from the COVID shot, nor the original, nor the booster. Absolutely none. Most fatigue, even that fullness, they've actually come in with